How can social media used in schools? As I mentioned before, in some schools there are some website. A part of this website is for collaboration between teachers and the students. But if you want to connect with the students, if you have some social networking with them, it's better to connect them if they are plus 13. If they are not, you can have their parents available in the social network. Um, Based on the countries, there are different countries based on the policies of the country. Some of these social networking, because of every reasons, may be blocked or filtered. You can use a very approachable social networking application. It could be attractive for the students and the parents as well. And you can give reminders to parents for celebration. And in some schools, like the school that I'm teaching, at the beginning of the course, when we are registering the students, we write their birthday and also the birthday of the parents. On the day of the birthday of the parents, we send them some certificate, even for the students. So this is the way to make rapport between the teachers and parents. This is not very difficult and this is not very expensive. To text them, okay, hi Hassan, this is your birthday. Wish you a great time or something. And even you can make some certificates, print them, and deliver to the students. So these are the way that make this collaboration to be better and more positive. Well, I want to ask you a question here. Suppose this is parent-teacher relationship. You are as a teacher, and there are a lot of parents. I would like you to type the first question that comes to your mind. What questions do you ask the parents of young learners? Just type the question in the chat box, please. I repeat it. This is parent-teacher relationship, or this is parent-teacher meeting, and you are going to talk to parents. What questions do you ask parents of young learners? Type the first question that comes to your mind. Oh, thank you very much for, yeah, we have here consistency. Yeah, it could be consistent. How does your children feel about being their teachers? Yeah, how do you feel about me? Yeah, what is their opinion? What are the main goals of children's education? Thank you. How many times do they read? Is it regular updates for the students' progress or not? Exactly, exactly. Thank you very much. These are some key points and fundamental questions that you can ask the parents. Okay. Sometimes it refers to identifying young learners' problems. This is the beginning of the course. And this is the first meeting that you have with the parents of young learners. You don't know about their problems, and you want to find about young learners' problems. There are a lot of problems that they may face. Some of them are learning disabilities and disorders. What are exactly learning disabilities and disorders? Can you type in the chat box? What do we mean by learning disabilities and disorders? Autistic students, Sana. Thank you. Thank you. Autistic students. Autism. What else? Can you think of some learning disabilities that your students may have? Dyslexic students. Thank you, Sana. So dyslexia, autism. If they have dyslexia, we call them dyslexic. If they have autism, we call them autistic. Difficulty with reading and spelling. Thank you, Ali. Thank you very much. What else? What else? They may have some difficulties with reading, spelling, and recognizing the words. ADHD. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Exactly. Exactly. There could be a lot of learning disabilities. Some of them refers to us, I mean, English language teachers. Some of them like mathematical problems or calculation problems, mostly refers to teachers who are teaching math. So dysgraphia, aphasia, reading fluency, oral expression, dyslexia, reading comprehension, these are exactly under the umbrella of learning disabilities. By means of parent-teacher conferences, by means of parent-teacher relationship, you can understand and spot the problem that the students may have. If you know your student is autistic, you can treat him better. If you know your students has some problem with writing, or maybe they have some problem with actually hearing, you can understand them better and you can help them better. So how can you know about it? By means of parent-teacher relationship. Well, my next actually part of this session is the next topic and the next uh, issue that I want to consider is how do you give feedback to parents? Suppose there is a problem. Suppose one student did something wrong in your school. I would like you to type in the chat box, how do you report it to the parents? There was something in your school, maybe a student did something wrong, maybe your student did something bad, or maybe I would like you to tell me, expressing themselves in their language, not their native. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. What else? There was a fight between two students in your class, and you want to report it to the parents of young learners. How do you report it? Focus on observation, not opinion. Thank you. Thank you, Adi. What else? Be neutral. Don't take sides. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Very good. The best way is actually sandwich feedback technique. I don't know whether you are familiar with sandwich feedback or not. This sandwich feedback is really helpful. This is based on, well, you give a positive feedback to parents, you provide constructive criticism, and you end with positive feedback. Suppose there was something wrong in your school, and maybe Omid's parents are invited to be talked to. Well, I will talk to the parents. Well, I know that Omid is really a talented student. I know that he's very smart and he's very hardworking. But believe me or not, today I saw something that was really difficult for me to understand. He said something really bad in his class. So this is provided constructive. And then I will actually close it with a positive feedback. I know that it was a very rare mistake. I'm sure it never happens again, but actually I wanted to report it to you to know about it. So I don't start the feedback with criticism. I started with something positive, then I give you the key issue and provide constructive criticism, and then I finish it with some sort of positive feedback. This is called sandwich feedback. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever used sandwich feedback? Not in your class, in your life, for example. Oh, blame criticism, make it team effort, actually. Have you ever done it? Yeah. Even in our daily relationship with coworkers at home, this is a very clean way and a very good way and very safe way to have some sort of giving feedback. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move to next part. Difficult parents. Who do you think are difficult parents? Type it in the chat box, please. Who are difficult parents in your context of teaching? Parents who think their children are incapable. My son is always right. He never tells any lies. He's that or this or that. Yeah. What else? Who are the difficult parents in your context of teaching? Allow them to express concern without interruption. Yes, exactly. This is very important for us to allow them express themselves without any interruption. Well, when we are talking about difficult parents, we have different sort of difficult parents. Parents who want to tell you how to teach. I don't know whether you have these parents in your context of not. Well, I know English. I have IELTS 6. I have IELTS 7. I think teaching in this way doesn't work. You need to teach in this way. Oh, the parents who want to talk daily, they always text you after class, they always call you. Okay, what happened at school? What is the homework for next session? How was my student? How was my child today? So parents who always bring their children late. It was traffic. Traffic jam didn't let me come on time. Oh, parents who always nag about assigning too much homework. Why are you assigning too much homework? Children are not actually, sorry, children are not able to do this. And also, we have angry parents. Angry parents are really, really difficult parents that I don't know whether you have it in your context of teaching or not. When we are dealing with angry parents, we are dealing with the parents who are always furious, who are always actually bully, and we need to be very careful how to deal with it. Look at this story, and I would like you to give advice to Anna. Anna is a novice teacher. A novice teacher, it means she doesn't have a lot of experience, and she's teaching in a language. Recently, Anna facing very angry and bully parents in her workplace. She's very sad and nervous. Okay, my question is this. Type in the chat box. What is your advice to Anna? How could she react to the matter? Allow me to express. Anna should keep her supervisor. Exactly. Getting help from the supervisors or the principal or vice presidents of school. Very good. What else? I don't know whether you have faced angry parents in your school or not, but if you face them, you need to be very careful. So one way is she should also keep the communication through writing a record, not sometimes face-to-face conversation with bully parents agree with the problem. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Sana, for your participation. Okay, look at the story 2. So about story 1, you need to face them very carefully. If you see that the parents are really, really angry, you can have a backup with yourself. Sometimes you need to ask the, I don't know, the secretary, the vice president or assistant of the school that I'm not in. If they see they are very furious, they are very bullied, they are very angry. Okay, they want to come and talk to Omid. Okay, the principal tells them Omid is not available here. You can come tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So this is the way that they can actually deal with the parents. Now here, look at this one. Story 2. Mona is a novice teacher working in a large elementary school. She's successful in her teaching, but she had a problem. One of her parents, Linda, recently is telling lots of lies and reporting the lies to her parents. Her parents usually think their daughter is right. Okay, this is my daughter. My daughter never tells lies. Oh, well, I would like you to help Mona in this situation. What can Mona do? Type in the chat box, please. Have you ever faced liars, the students who tells a lot of lies? If yes, how could you help Mona? Any suggestion? Okay, so let's see. What was or who was my favorite cartoon character? Do you remember? Can you type it in the chat box? Mona should be neutral and explain the situation. Very good. She'd also, yeah. Pinocchio, exactly. Pinocchio was my favorite cartoon character. Why? Because we call these parents Pinocchio's mom. So it was actually a sort of lead-in at the beginning of the session. It was not an ice-breaking or something. I wanted to lead it to Pinocchio's mom. So who are Pinocchio's mom? Let's check it. We are dealing with typologies of different parents, and we have Pinocchio's mom. Well, Pinocchio's mom insists that their children doesn't lie. My son, my daughter never tells lie. It is hard to tell her that actually I saw that your children is telling lie. And sometimes they make you very nervous. They focus on teachers' mistakes rather than their children's mistakes. So these are the characteristics of Pinocchio's mom. What are the characteristics? They insist that their children never tells lie. It is very hard for you to convince them that it happens. And also, they focus on teachers' mistakes rather than the students or the children. Pinocchio's parents, or let's get the characteristics of Pinocchio itself. Who is Pinocchio? Pinocchio is somebody, I mean, a student who tells lie a lot. There are more professional way of handling this. Pinocchio is usually well aware, and Pinocchio is very talented. He's very talented that makes some problem for teachers by telling lies. Now, if Pinocchio gets into trouble, he can shift it to the lie. And actually, the mother, mostly mothers, I don't mean that sometimes, actually, sometimes fathers are Pinocchio's father, but the terminology for this sort of parents is called, they are uh, mothers that mostly support their children. So they're smart enough. I mean, Pinocchio is smart enough. Uh, he tells lie and he tries to make some problem for teachers. Look at this one. This is a teacher parents conversation. I would like you to read this teacher parent conversation. I will let you 2 minutes to read it. There are two teachers actually. They're calling the parents, or parents call them. We're going to see the script of their parent-teacher conversation. I would like you to choose which was better. So the first one was Mona. Just read it. Okay, I hear that a boy tripped him on a playground, and Mona said, "No, that's not exactly what happened." Pinocchio's mom said, "Yes, yes, the boy hit my son." And teachers say, "As I said, it was not true. It was not exactly what happened." And mom become very angry, say, "Are you calling my son liar?" "Oh no, I'm not calling your son liar actually, but this is something that happens, and maybe yeah." So let's move to the next part. This is a conversation between Mona and the parents. Now let's see Sarah. The same problem happened, and this is a conversation between Sarah and the same parents. Just read it. Just look at the teacher's responses. All of them are questions. Teacher said, "Did he give you any specifics? Did he say which boy? When was it?" He says, "I saw it." "Did he tell you that I was in the playground and it happens?" Okay, let's see next part of the conversation. Well, we had two teachers, Mona and Sarah. I would like you to tell me, first or second, which of them was more successful? Just type it in the chat box. Mona should be neutral. Yeah, yeah. I would like you to tell me about these two teachers, first or second. Muhammad said the second. Second one was more successful. What about the others? Second one. Ali Sultan said second one. So we had two conversations, first and second. Of course, the second one. Why? Because second one, as you saw, was focusing on specifics. When it happens, who did it? Did I see them? Sorry, did I see them? And so if you are more specific in this situation, you're more successful and you're in a safe mood. Even if this is regarding this assignment, you can ask them some WH question instead of just saying, no, no, it never happens. Oh, no, I didn't do this. Oh, no, it never happens. No, these are not a good way. You need to ask them some questions. I mean, ask parents some questions so that they will understand that their children is lying and what's happening exactly. So raising enough questions is, sorry. So raising enough question is actually the way that it can help you to be in the safe mood. And especially if they are younger children, you need to keep a record of what happened in your classes. Even you can keep a record of the date and the time that it happens. Let's move to the next one. Next story. Just read the story and tell me how can you help this person. So this is Andy, and he's a teacher. He's teaching in a private school. Andrew is a very careful teacher about CPD, continuous professional development. It means he participates in different workshops, webinars, and CELTA, Delta, or something like this. That is okay. But recently, there was a problem. So parents are always behind the door. They want to see what happens. I don't know whether you have it. This is the window they want to see. Oh, what happens? Is it my son? Is my son safe? Is my daughter safe in the class or not? So this is actually story 3. And have you ever had these sort of parents? They're always listening to actually they're listening to the wall to see what happens, or maybe they are looking at the window. Do you have any parents like this? I mean, any students' parents like this? Have you ever had an experience like this? Yes or no? No, no. So what situation is it? This is the situation that the parents of young learners are always behind the door and window and trying to listen what's going in the class. Okay. The typology of these parents is helicopter parents. We call them helicopter parents. So who are helicopter parents? They are always at the school and they want uh, to see what happens in the school, and sometimes they are themselves sole source of distraction. Some students are too distracted by the presence of these people. They tell you, my son is a very little boy. I want to stay with him in your class. If I don't stay with him in the class, he cannot understand anything. And usually these sort of parents and these helicopter parents, they start it with kindergarten, and after that they move it in elementary school or language center school. And they hover constantly. Sometimes they are really disaster for teachers. So how could you deal with helicopter parents? First of all, you should reassure them that their children are progressing normally. You can communicate with them frequently so that they can be sure that the school environment and the class environment is quite fair for them and quite safe for them. Do not share your information, your personal information at least, because they are always interrupting you. About information, if you are doing teaching as a career, you need to have some social networking regarding to your job. If you have Instagram, you can have some sort of private Instagram for you and your family and relatives, and you can have an open Instagram for your career, so that your privacy is not going to be scratched in this way. You can set some boundaries very politely and insist that their children are in the safe place, and also never give them your personal information. You give your personal information to them, but they use it in a way that you don't think. So never give them your personal information. Oh, well, this is actually the end of this session, and let's reflect. I would like you to type in the chat box about these questions, 2 questions. How do you think this session could help you build a good relationship with the parents of young learners? And what else would you like to know about dealing with parents? The second question is actually sort of help for me. Reflect on my job in order to add or remove some part from this webinar or from this presentation next. So I would like you to type in the chat box, how do you think this session could help you? And what else would you like to know? Okay. Always checking. Schoolwork, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Thank you, Sana. Thank you about what and how to say to parents, especially difficult parents. Yeah, difficult parents are always um, sort of parents that are available in every school when I come across it. Okay, sort communication and positive sandwich feedback. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Sort of sandwich feedback. What else? And what else would you like to know that I could add it to the webinar? I could add it to the slide that I have. I mean, some other input for teachers. Start communication on positive notes before concern arise. Exactly. Avoid jargon. Exactly. And direct. Don't be direct to them. How to deal with Pinocchio as parents and sandwich feedback. Thank you, Muhammad Amin. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for this session. Um, if you have any question, now we can have Q&A time. I will be more than pleased to answer you. You could possibly add how to deal with parents with students get A. Very good, very good. Thank you, Sana. Thank you. How do you measure your children's success? Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so it
Okay,
could be
Mr.
Q&A.
Omid, thank you so much for this insightful and inspiring
My
presentation.
pleasure.
And yeah, I guess I have a question here. How do you measure your child's success in learning? So this is Ali is asking this question.
Uh-huh. If you want to measure your children's successful learning, you need to have a sort of rubric for them. Uh, One rubric that I really use it in my language center is actually CFR, Common European Framework. You know that there are some below A1 CFR criteria and rubric. And some I don't know whether you're familiar with the books that are called Fun for Mover, Fun for Starters, and Fun for actually Flyers. If you use those books that are actually published by Cambridge University and Cambridge University Press, and they are based on below A1 CFR level. Those are very good criteria and rubric for your students' ability in listening, reading, speaking, and all the core skills. So if you want to measure the students' abilities, I think the best way is based on CFR level. And the books that are published by Cambridge CFR level, they are Fun for Mover, Fun for Starter, and Fun for Flyers. They are very good rubric for you. There are lots of homework and worksheet. You can print them and use them in your classes. If you want, you can send your students to some official centers to have some examination. They can get the certificate. If you want a higher authority and board of education evaluate and measure the students of your schools, you can send them to Cambridge centers to be measured by them and assessed by them.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. Now, before we conclude, I would like to invite you all to turn on your cameras so that we can take a collective photo with our speaker. So, can you please ensure that your camera is on?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, please turn on your
Uh,
cameras if it's possible for you.
okay, let's start. Okay, one more time. Thank you so much, everyone. And I will send you the certificates after the session. So thank you and see you next time for a wonderful another webinar. And have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. My special thanks to the organization, for university actually, and I'm very grateful for this presentation and giving this opportunity to me. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
and
much.
bye-bye. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.